Hi, my name is Michael, and I'm an alcoholic. I want to thank the Inner Fix for allowing me to share my story. Because of this platform, Alcohol Anonymous and my brother, I am here today. I started drinking at 14, around the time my parents separated. I thought their split was because of my brother and me. My father was in the military, so we moved a lot. Being the new kid was hard. I fought often just for being an outsider. Kids are relentless, and when you're the new kid on the block, it's hard to fit in. After my parents split, I lost my anchors. My dad drank a lot, and I wasn't too sure if that was the cause, but I saw that after they broke up, my mom didn't want him to visit. She never knew how I missed him and how much it hurt now that he was gone. I began to fucking rebel. My brother and I would sneak into the attic to party after we stole booze and beer from where my mom and dad would have it stashed. My brother was okay with the beer, for it was light, but the liquor, he didn't like it. For me, it was an escape. I drank before school, during school, after school. It became the only constant in my life. I started hanging with the wrong crowd. Everyone drank and used drugs. My grades slipped, but I didn't care. One afternoon, my father showed up at my school, and it was like the happiest I had been in a while. I hoped things would get better. He said he loved us, then left. After that, I never saw him again. By 17, my drinking got worse. I was stealing beer and liquor. A few times I got busted, but faced no real time. I was this privileged little prick that thought I was above the law. That false sense of immunity kept me going. I added pot and cocaine. My life became a hot mess. I would have had success in football, but drinking held me back. Coaches noticed because I would miss games or showed up drunk. Eventually, I flunked out of school. Jobs were small and temporary, and at that time I realized I pushed my brother away. He too didn't want no parts of my bullshit. My mom threw me out, so I had rented tiny rooms or cheap apartments to have a place to lay my head. Drinking made me unreliable. For periods I lived on the street because I preferred to buy booze than pay rent. I wasn't from poverty, that was not my problem. I was running from pain. I thought alcohol was my friend, but alcohol became my enemy. I bought a little Honda just to get to the liquor store, to work and back. I practically lived in it. One night I wrecked it and nearly killed myself. I woke up in the hospital handcuffed to the bed like you see in the movies. I had no memory of how I fucking even got there. I damaged my back, cracked my ankle, and nearly broke my neck. I also found out that I'd hit and killed a teenage girl on a bike. You'd think that would make me fucking stop. But the guilt and shame only made things worse. I was charged with vehicular manslaughter and sentenced to 1 to 3 years. Fortunately, I got out after 2. The sad thing, prison wasn't a cure. I still got high in there, and when I got out, the cycle continued. After I was released, I found work as a handyman, but fell back into the same pattern. I didn't kill anyone again, but the heavier drinking took over. I stopped caring for myself. My skin turned yellow from jaundice. In July 2023, at 32, I ended up in the hospital with cirrhosis of the liver. Many thought, including myself, I would die. Lying in that hospital bed, I realized something had to change. My younger brother came to visit. He shocked the hell out of me when he told me he loved me and suggested that maybe I needed treatment. Since I left home and was on my own, he'd become an architect and was doing well for himself. He said he'd be willing to pay for everything if I would go. At first I was too ashamed to accept. Pride and embarrassment held me back. But I thought about the wreck, the jail time, the nights on the street. I realized I had failed at living. I was 32 with nothing to show for it, so I accepted his offer. I went into detox for 6 days. It was fucking brutal. Shakes, sweats, insomnia, nausea. My body felt betrayed by me, but I made it through. From detox, I went to a recovery center for 6 months. During those 6 months, I decided to change. I found a way to connect with a higher power, the one I call God. I learned I could live without alcohol and drugs. They gave me practical suggestions, meetings, and community. A group from AA called H&I, which stands for Hospitals and Institutions, shared their stories. I saw myself in them. Their honesty resonated. They told me to go to a meeting the day I got out, and I did just that. My brother, who had been there for me, set me up with a job and an apartment. I cried out of gratitude and thanked him profusely. He said, "Thank me by staying sober." I looked him in the eye and honestly vowed I would. I started going to AA meetings regularly, and life slowly got better. I began praying and meditating each morning, and now keep my recovery and my last days of using in front of me. I remember that hospital bed, the detox, the feeling of worthlessness. That memory keeps me honest. Today I don't need a drink or a drug. I'm not perfect, but I'm a different man. I do H&I now because I want to give back what was freely given to me. I share my story so someone listening might see themselves in it and know that change is possible. My name is Michael, and I'm an alcoholic. Thank you for letting me share. Follow, like, and subscribe to The Inner Fix for real talk on mental health, addiction, and alcoholism. Don't allow your past to define your future. You are worthy of change.